realized my mic was off. Hello, it's me. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. I finally have a PC that is capable of doing two things at once. So, tonight's the night. Tonight's the night that I fall in love with Colonel Sanders. I am confused as to why this game was made. Yeah, I don't even want to wait anymore. Let's get right into it. Let's do this. Tell us your name. Oh my gosh. You sleep softly as the morning sun casts a warm glow through the window of your modest student apartment. The world is peaceful and serene. You can stay in the moment forever. We can wake up. Now. Your first day of culinary school. There's no time to sleep in. Alright. Lying in bed, you stare at the ceiling, thinking about everything that awaits you at the prestigious University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. We need to take this seriously. You confidently grab a biscuit, strut out the door, and head off to class. Just when you need to get your blood flowing. Standing in the quad, you gaze upon the magnificent University of Cooking School, Academy for Learning. What is this bucket of chicken? The pause menu is a bucket of chicken. Here comes your lifelong best friend forever, Miriam. Oh, she's got cute green hair. She's like my girl Flame from Fire Emblem. She's the most adorably awkward person you've ever met, and you absolutely love her for it. Good morning, Sunny says stuff. Are you excited for the first day of the rest of our lives? I am. Actually, because I sure am excited. A little nervous. Okay, a lot nervous. But with the University of Cooking School Academy for Learning's famous 3-day only semesters, I'm beginning 3-day I'm afraid of being left behind and never catching up. Should you pep talk her or change the subject? Well, of course we're gonna hype up our best friends. That's what we do in Milktown. You know what? Maybe everything will be okay after all. And if not, at least I have these killer bangs. She does have some killer bangs. Can you believe I got them myself? I can believe it. I definitely believe it. I cannot believe it. It's Ashley, your arch rival. She's totally evil, but you can't help but be filled with jealousy. She can get anything she wants and she knows it. Except for a shirt that covers her entire upper body. Right? This is so impractical in the kitchen. If you're cooking bacon, you're bound to burn your chest in like a very sensitive area. Across the quad, you see Ashley's best friend, Van the Man, has stopped to look at his own reflection in the mirror. His pants are so tight you can see him casually working out his glutes while he styles his hair. No lie, they're rocking glutes. It's some real JoJo's vibes from this cat. But apparently in this universe, where there is a 3-day semester cooking school, they do not have access to dentistry. When you approach the door, you see a goofy looking kid pushing hard against the window directly next to it. Did the kid just shit on me? But this is a KFC game. KFC made this game. Could someone like this also be a student at the school? He must be one heck of a chef. Also, his name tag clearly says Bob, but I guess he's reading it upside down. Scruffy-looking pooch takes his place at the podium at the front of the class. Adorable. This corgi is the professor, and his name is Sprinkles. And he sits on a Doric column of poultry fame. You must be Sprinkles, head instructor and CEO of UCSAL. Please call me Professor Dog. I may be cute and little and fluffy, but I still demand respect. Woof. If there are sentient dogs, are there sentient chickens? That is a fantastic question, Sativa. That is a fantastic question. This animal is anthropomorphic. That's a great question. Now I'm curious about the ethics of this universe. He walks in. The Colonel. Bro, look at this man. Look at this man. Should I be doing different voices? Should I try that? What would he sound like? I picture like a principal, like the principal from My Hero Academia, but I can't do that voice. It's too soft and light. When all is said and done, there will be a battle. You will lift your sporks and compete in the broom cooking arena. You've never had a talking dog as a teacher before, but Sprinkle's reputation for being smart but tough is well known. You decide to try and butter him up by giving him a treat from your pocket, but what kind? I have to resort to bribery? You reach beneath your apron and return with a chicken snack in your hand. Sprinkle's eyes go wide as he locks onto it. His favorite? Who would have thought? KFC game, the talking dog's favorite snack is chicken. As everyone rushes to claim their favorite seats, you're left standing at the front of the room. Only 2 options remain. Oh. What are we thinking? Do we go full assault mode? Do we try to just completely insert ourselves into the personal space of this culinary king? I think I am the girlfriend in this universe, if I'm being honest with you. I'm pretty sure I'm playing as a female lead. But I guess pretty nondescript so far. Maybe Colonel Sanders, maybe he likes, he fries both types of meat, if you know what I'm saying. I feel like there's only one right answer here. I gotta sit by the Colonel, right? I gotta get the Colonel. Whoa, hold on. This pose, big Tenyaida energy. Think fast, it's time for a pop quiz. Yay, a quiz about me. Pop, you scoundrel. If train A is traveling to point B and train B is traveling to point A, how important is it to wash your hands before cooking? Extremely. Looking at you, Pop. Forest is to tree, as chicken is to feather. That's right. I really wanted to click night vision goggles, I'm gonna be honest with you. What is the most efficient eating utensil ever created? So, I know this. I know the answer. And it's not because these two are very clearly incorrect. KFC gives out sporks with all of their orders. I don't know if they have separate eating utensils. But I agree with that sentiment. Spork is definitely one of the best. Alright, what food is best for a broken heart? Camel meat. I don't know about you, but when I'm feeling pretty downtrodden and alone, gotta go for some camel meat. Is Sprinkles a good boy? I'm gonna go with he's the best boy. I got a perfect score, 5 out of 5. Wow, the cafeteria is as nice as any restaurant you've ever eaten at. It makes sense that a school dedicated to cooking would also be serious about eating. A delicious fragrance wafts through the room and tickles the end of your nose. Your mouth waters. Colonel Sanders lifts a large bucket above his head. Just casually eye-posing with chicken. Its contents glimmer in the light. The aroma envelops you and you begin to feel warm and safe. Colonel Sanders has filled a bucket with chicken. What a novel concept. For years I've been developing a secret recipe for the perfect fried chicken. By my calculation, nothing less than 11 herbs and spices are required to achieve the perfect balance of flavor. This face, what? You wait to see what zinger Ashley is prepared to follow up, but she suddenly takes a different approach. Yeah, and I was just like writing in my diary. Dear diary, today I spelled something beautiful. I knew at that moment that only the hands of a true gentleman could fry chicken so tender. You see her body language change from bitter and evil to sweet and innocent as she slides closer to Colonel Sanders. Better get away from my man. She realizes that she is destined for greatness and fame with cooking skills like this. Oh, realize that he is. She wants him all to herself. You take one of the pieces of fried chicken out of his bucket and sink your teeth into it. It's amazing. Tasting Colonel Sanders' food transports you to another dimension. Alone with your taste buds, gripping a drumstick in your hand, you float weightlessly. Focus your mind and meditate on this moment. Try and identify every flavor. Savor the moment and everything that it tells you about Colonel Sanders' culinary heart. Swim towards the light. I could die right now. ID the flavor? You let the food rest in your mouth and focus on it, scrutinizing every flavor. Salt? Maybe. Pepper? Too obvious. Oregano? Basil? Maybe. But there's something else. Something dark, something spicy. You dig deeper. I'm not going to do the second two deepers. It's too sexual. Yes, even deeper still. Until you find it. Could it be redacted? Is there censorship in the chicken? He really did it. How bold, how adventurous to use redacted. You try to go even deeper into the sea of flavors, but this revelation alone is more than you can handle. You snap out of it and realize that this information was meant to remain a secret, and yet, now you know. A mantle of responsibility now rests upon your shoulders. As you look around, you realize that everyone in the room is consumed by lunch. No one noticed that you've traveled through space and time. Dare we? Colonel Sanders smiles ever so softly as you approach. He stops what he's doing and allows you to break the silence. Colonel, I wondered if I could talk to you for a second. Anything for a fellow chef. What exactly was on that chicken? How bold to come out and ask. It's an idea I had for a new combination of flavors that will make me my fortune and establish my legacy for all time as I open a chain of highly successful fried chicken restaurants. No big deal. It's just you and me here talking. I can keep a secret. In fact, I've got some of my own that I'd be willing to trade. Trade secrets, if you will. What's the rush? The semester's only getting started. We've got 2 more whole days to get to know each other. Colonel Sanders looks both ways to make sure you're truly alone and leans in. You can feel his warm breath as he whispers. Just one ingredient, but you can't tell. I use redacted. It's something my great-grandmother taught me. Redacted? Wow. You'd never have guessed that. In fact, you're not even sure where you get some if you searched. The forbidden spice. And redacted definitely isn't the flavor you've tasted before, so now you're 2 ingredients closer to knowing the full recipe, but you don't tell Colonel Sanders that. You can't tell Colonel Sanders that. Alone together for the first time, you figure now is the perfect moment to show your personality to him. Be modest but thoughtful. Well, I just wanted to tell you that I really enjoyed your food. Now I've got his attention. The flavors were complex but comforting. The interplay between salty, savory, and peppery was perfect. I appreciate the compliment, Sonny Says Stuff. I'm sure you'll be a big success. You step into the massive cooking arena where the afternoon lesson will take place. Each student gets an oven and all the tools and ingredients they could need. Look at this place, it's magnificent. Finally, we get to show off our stuff. Wait a second, oh no, we have to show off our stuff. What if I totally blow it? You're not going to blow anything, except maybe kisses to the crowd of fans you're going to earn with your signature adorable tiny food creations. For today's lesson, we will be cooking with partners. Hurry up and pair off. We are presented with another situation. Do we pick our best friend? Or do we pick the Colonel? Oh, naturally, Miriam looks over you, but unable to control yourself. I pounce on Colonel Sanders. Without you as a partner, Miriam is left standing all alone. 2 different students quickly take notice. Pop and Clank. have to pick for her between Pop and Clank. This is a little moral dilemma. Do I pick Pop or do I pick Clank? Clank the class clown. Looks a little unhinged. Or Pop, whose appearance and farting may be deceiving, but I don't think it is. Clank is clearly excited to have some attention. He heats up and begins to roll back and forth. Face, but there's something charming and earnest about him. Tissue, I hardly know you. Clank judders and a panel shanks loose. You get the impression that this is a sign of affection. Oh, wait. Alright, you two, for today's lesson, we're going to keep it simple. Pick a basic dish and divide up the steps. No chef is an island. It takes 2 flints to make a fire. You get the idea. What dish do you suggest to your partner? Colonel Sanders. What are we going to tell Colonel Sanders that we're cooking today? This is Colonel Sanders. What are we going to tell him? Chicken? Steak tartare seems easy enough. It's fancy and you don't even need to cook it. That's true. Using octopus will blow Colonel Sanders' mind. It will. It takes a lot to cook an octopus. Like, you have to massage it, and then you have to boil it. Like, there's some steps in there. Or do we try to connect to his heart with my grandmother's mashed potatoes and gravy? I'm going to go with the mashed potatoes and gravy, but I do think octopus would blow his mind. I've always been something of a down-home chef. I was thinking we could make something warm, inviting, comforting. Maybe mashed potatoes and gravy. Couldn't imagine one without the other. Just like me and you, guy. But Colonel, if you ask me, I might make a better partner for you than this thing that has positioned itself at your station. Don't you feel deep down that we cast complementary shadows? We fit together. Like a thigh and a drumstick. It just makes sense. Nothing about this makes any sense, but one thing is clear. She's coming for the Colonel if you don't watch out. Ashley's really going at you hard. If you need to ask for some backup here, before things get ugly. Turn to Colonel Sanders, hunk of hunks, in your time of need. Or turn to Miriam, your forever bestie who always has your back. We're going to turn to Colonel Sanders. I need to learn and express myself via my cuisine, not bicker with prima donnas. Partners were chosen at the beginning of class. Let's all respect the format, okay? I turn to Colonel Sanders to confirm that you're on the same page. I chose Colonel Sanders, and Colonel Sanders chose me. Isn't that right? A businessman respects all fair agreements, from contracts to handshakes. I took on Sunny Says Stuff as my partner for this activity, and I stand by it. Based on your team's behavior, I'd say you're perfect for each other. Neither of you has Sunny Said Stuff's natural talent or their loyalty. Being defended by Colonel Sanders leaves you feeling proud, full of potential. You look for Sprinkles in hopes that he might step in, but he's nowhere to be found. Darn those cute corgis in their short but sturdy stature. You look down at your station and realize that in the tension of the moment, your hands have been cooking on autopilot. Distracted by the drama, you've already crushed the boiled potatoes into a perfectly creamy mash texture with plenty of butter and cream for flavor. It's as if your natural passion guided you through the steps you know so well while your attention was elsewhere. I know just what to do. Colonel Sanders extends his hand. He's holding a beautiful white porcelain gravy boat, out of which pours a smooth brown gravy smothered in your nearly finished potato dish. Gravy flows down the mound of mashed potatoes. The results look spectacular. Granny would be very proud. Colonel Sanders holds his spork out to you. You reach out and grab hold of it, but he doesn't immediately let go. The two of you stand holding the same spork. And for that small moment, all of the madness and pressure in this crazy world stops. Your eyes lock. The moment is electric. If you love something, set it free. Together you dig the utensil into the mashed potatoes and lift the heaping sporkful up. When you see Ashley with a sinister look, you know she's plotting against you to be with Colonel Sanders. And then, filled with rage and without thinking, you fling the spork full of mashed potatoes right into Ashley's stupid, beautiful face. Van, do something, do something. Scooping up a fingerful, Van tastes the dripping mashed potatoes and gravy and realizes that it's delicious. Horrified by this revelation, he slinks away. Will he ever be able to cook something with so much love and integrity? Van rushes back over, a covered dish in his hand. Mashed potatoes and gravy? Pathetic. In just a few minutes, I prepared a full meal. Gaze upon my specialty. Braised tentacle of octopus in my silky saltwater sauce. Plated on a battle axe blade forged by my supreme sept ancestors. You've ignored me for too long, and that ends now. It is I who will have the first bite, and you will all look on with envy. The interrupting student rushes at Van and swipes a bite off of his signature dish right off the plate. No, don't! Something about this dish doesn't strike my nose quite right. I think the octopus was rushed and may have turned in the process. The results could be toxic. Too late, it has been eaten. I think I left something in the oven. I don't feel so good. It killed him! The class bell rings, disrupting the moment and snapping everyone back to reality. They're just gonna skip over the fact that this other kid has just died? I'm not sure the professors here make enough money. Me either. Hello? I just turned into a ghost over here. Seeing that you're shaken up by that really annoying student and all his nonsense, Colonel Sanders approaches you. Sorry you had to go through that. Please, let me walk you home. Please do. At night, the school building has taken on another vibe entirely. It's dark and more than a little spooky. Now might be the perfect time to tell him you're developing feelings for him. Colonel Sanders? Yes, Sonny says stuff. There's something I need to tell you. Hold it right there. There's something I need to tell you first. Oh, jeez. You see, when I was just a boy, I had a dream that one day I would be the greatest chef the world has ever seen. And every day since, I've been working towards that dream, day and night, never stopping, never resting, also lifting a lot of weights, like so many weights. We should follow our dreams with all of our hearts, that our souls may grant them like wishes floating on a shooting star. Wow. Hey, no, you, shut up. I'm the one here to say inspirational stuff and be the star of the story. Are we forgetting that your cooking literally killed a guy? You can't prove that? I also saw you kill that guy. What was his name? Somewhere in the distance you hear a long sad sigh. Forget him, we're talking about me. Me. I'm the hero. The Spork Monster is here to fight a hero. What the fucking fuck? I think I left the fridge door open. Later, nerds. How dare you threaten me just as I was letting down my guard and connecting with another chef on an emotional level. Be afraid, be very afraid of me, because I'm a monster, see? Is he rhyming on purpose, or is that just a coincidence? But before you can discuss syntax any further, it's a turn-based fight sequence. What will you do? Attack? Which attack will I use? Cook with love. It does 1 damage. Just got real. Really upset Spork Monster. He goes on the attack. Shit, hot gravy. I take a damage. Okay, let's try defending once. Trepidation. Oh. Oh my gosh, I've taken 3 damage. Vile villain, your reign of terror stops here. Colonel Sanders summons the energy of 1,000 chickens. Pot Pie Power Pinch! Pot Pie Power Pinch does 10 damage. Spork monster is defeated. He's saved me. An injured Spork monster spews steam into the night. No student will ever walk the quad in fear again. This monster messed with the wrong ship. Student debt loan destruction. How perfectly fitting. Colonel Sanders looks on in awe. You continue to surprise me, Sonny says stuff. Left a special item. It's a book of magic spells with a golden chicken on the cover. You open the cover and find a library card tucked inside. The last name to have signed it out is Borko. The image of Colonel Sanders flashes before your eyes as you fall asleep. He must have helped you get home in your tired state, and you don't know if you could have made it without him. What a guy. You want to thank him, but you don't have the strength to utter a single word. You feel your covers being pulled up over you as you are tucked in tightly. Is he tucking me in? Good night, my Colonel. In your dream, you're together with Colonel Sanders. For some reason, Sprinkles is also there, instructing your love. Dreams are weird. Oh my god. I hope you had fun watching this so far. This is ridiculous. Peace, guys.